Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special podcast. Probably one of the most special podcasts we have ever done, because this is the first time that I have an opportunity to greet all the new fans, because this channel has exploded.
Yeah.
It's explodes. And oh my god, what? Can somebody tell me what the fuck happened?
Reddit happened. You got to experience the infinite power of Reddit.
I don't know if that was it.
1% of the infinite power of Reddit.
Guys, within 1 week, I think, 100,000. What? It took me a year for 500, and then 1 week for 100,000 troops. I mean,
100 million.
This is just crazy. Now I want to formally say hi to all of you new people. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely overwhelmed, deeply humbled by all the support. My God, just because of this little Shaolin. How many people play For Honor? 20,000 max.
Yeah, it's. I thought it was higher in the Twitch stream charts.
But the Steam charts, you don't see all of them because some people bought the game over Ubisoft.
No, not Steam. Twitch streams.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, how many people are streaming For Honor? And I thought for a competitive game it should be much higher, but it's actually pretty low. So it's even more baffling.
Because I'm totally not in the For Honor community, but it's still there's still an active community. So I'm interested to know how many people play this game still. I would guess it's around 20,000.
I
optimistically.
I hope it's a lot, because I think the game is pretty cool.
But I think we can agree that it's definitely not 3.2 million. Because that's the amount of views that video got. And it is beyond me. It's funny. My initial plan for this video was to do it to show the moves and then show how they're done correctly to film myself. And then that video ended up also editing for 8 hours. And then it was 1 o'clock and I thought, fuck it. Who gives a shit about this video?
So it could have been 10 times more.
Yeah, so I just thought, come on, whatever, just get it out there. And look where it's got me. It's absolute insanity. And after the channel blew up, I thought, okay, the pressure for the Red Dead review, like, for me, in my mind, the pressure was already at 100 billion. Not necessarily for you guys, but for me. Because this is my game. I had to deliver my best review. And I thought, I'm probably going to fail. And oh my God, it was a crazy time to be alive.
You got me at the mission types.
Yeah. Oh. Gucci gang. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
The mission names.
And it was funny because I released that video, and for my standards, it already went viral when we recorded the last podcast with Caesar.
Exactly, yeah.
Because when we did that podcast, by the way, shout out to Caesar. You're always welcome here.
Best man.
Yeah. That For Honor video had 50,000 views, and I thought, wow, like I made it, yeah. And then 3.2 million. And I go to college now, so the people at the college. Some people there were like, Anton, what's happening to your channel? And I thought, I don't know. And I was actually hoping that it would stop because it was really growing. I'm very happy that now it's...
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's too much attention at once, and I'm very happy that it's gotten more... Like, now it's about 300, 200 people per day. That's a lot. I'm happy with that.
One more subscriber in that week, and Anton would have been a heroin addict.
I thought it's going to stop at 100K. I thought just 100K, just calm down, YouTube, calm down. And then it stopped at around 160K. Yeah. Insane shit. Absolutely insane shit. And here we are. Yeah. Here we freaking are.
By the way, I want to use this opportunity to officially thank that one fan who did the Super Smash Brothers Ranton channel compilation thing that Anton was kind enough
Lars.
to upload. Yeah. Man.
Crazy motherfucker.
I'm so honored that I'm the non-retarded half.
Did you see the other video he made? Ranton merch ad?
No.
I posted on Twitter. It's excellent.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a bit worried about him. Yeah. I told Lars to stop.
Good. That's good.
I told him to, dude, stop. But it's your life, man.
No.
It's nice. Very nice guy. Good. Shout out to Lars. We have just a little thing before we jump right into it. At the end of this podcast, we're gonna have a science segment.
Yeah.
And I also want to take this opportunity to talk about Red Dead Redemption, the ending, my thoughts on the ending. But I don't want to do it in the middle.
Spoiler free?
No, I'm going to do it full spoilers, but that's why it's happening at the very end. So I don't have to give you timestamps.
Yeah. I see.
I'm going to give you timestamps, but just when I start talking Red Dead, if you don't want to know the ending, then you can click away. It's gonna be at the very end. So we're gonna recap this year, 2018, which I think was overall an excellent year for video games. Really excellent.
I mean, there's one YouTube channel called Ranton that really blew up. That's pretty good for video games.
We got Patreon questions as always. Yeah. We're gonna go like Patreon, then an issue. So let's start today with something that I wanted to talk about. First of all, because I've realized now when you become a YouTuber and the channel gets bigger, man, do you have to repeat yourself.
Yeah, I mean, explaining something to 2.3 million people that watch your video.
Because I over 2 years, I fostered this small audience, this community, and we were so tight and close, and then now all the people coming like, yeah, give me a piece of that cake, which is a great thing. But now the same questions are asked again and again, and I feel sorry for the old schoolers.
Where is Shaolin Temple?
By the way, there's another meme that nobody knows yet. That's been a meme in my head. Dude, I challenge you guys. Go to that Shaolin Disciple Reacts to For Honor video and look in the comments and count the amount of "there is a leg sweep" comments.
What?
I said in that video that I wish the Shaolin had a sweep.
Oh.
And the Shaolin guy has a sweep, but it's a stick sweep. And I meant that I wish he had a leg. I wish he had a leg sweep.
Okay.
And I shit you not, every fifth comment is, "Bro, there is a sweep."
Oh, but there's not a leg sweep.
There's no leg sweep, and that's why I pinned actually a comment at the beginning like, "I'm aware that there is a stick sweep. I was referring to a leg sweep."
Okay.
And then people were even commenting, "Yeah, there is also a leg sweep, but nobody has provided proof of that." So if you say there's a leg sweep, please, I still haven't seen the leg sweep. And after a while, I realized even putting the pinned comment, it doesn't help certain people.
No.
And then I got people saying like, the triggering has never been this high for me. Seriously.
What? Come on.
The comment section in this video, Andi, I'm telling you, the comment section, I've never been this challenged before. In my mental
Dude,
strength, yeah?
I thought it doesn't change after 50k subscribers.
I'm telling you, some people are... I read the comment and I think...
Nani?
Yeah, wait. It's not even anger. You read the comment and you think... The information that your comment is based on is provided. I don't know how else to say it.
That came out really anticlimactic.
No, it's like... For example, people saying... "Yeah, right, you were at Shaolin Temple, give me a break, fucking fake."
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there.
What?
The information is provided. It's in the video itself, linking towards that Shaolin Temple video. It's in the description.
Yeah.
And then I also pinned it as a top comment. Here's why I talk on this meta. And then I get another comment. "Yeah, you were at Shaolin Temple." Right. Like, the information is provided. And I'm sitting there in front of my computer like, the information is provided.
Providing intensifies.
I don't know if leg sweep is now a meme or the information is provided.
No, I mean, you could meme that video quite hard. I mean, I thought the meme of that video was getting hit with a stick.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel like that was a meme. Apparently, it has become a meme.
You said it, I think, 3 times or something. Yeah.
But for me, it's all about that the information is provided. And so if there's a leg sweep, where is the leg sweep?
Yeah.
So I wanted to become a meme like the leg sweep. There is no leg sweep. So whenever something talks about there is something, you just there's no leg sweep.
Show me the leg sweep.
Show me the leg sweep. It doesn't exist. And also,
but don't get triggered by the comments.
Not triggered in the sense like I'm angry,
but no.
Triggered like...
I mean, there are people where you wonder why they're even alive. Even if, like, say, you don't provide any information, it's not provided, then you will get 100 comments that say you're a fake. Then you provide a link in the description, so you only get 10 people that say you're a fake. Mm-hmm. Then you provide the information in the video itself, and then there's always still one guy.
But I think it was a learning process for me, because I really had to look at comments differently for the first time. My community, I feel like, is a bunch of sane, funny individuals who enjoy entertainment.
They enjoy it.
They're like me, more or less. Yeah, these are normal people. These are people. Mm-hmm. But then I realized when a video goes viral, you attract a crowd these could be anyone.
Yes.
This could be a 6-year-old.
Exactly.
Literally a 6-year-old
Exactly.
writing.
Yeah.
So after a while, I turned off like notifications for that video. Like, I don't want to see the comments anymore because the information is provided. I don't want to see it. Yeah. But again, this video
Kind of sad for all the good comments. Though.
sad for all the good comments, but very important video for my channel.
Downvote that shit. Downvote.
Definitely a milestone. Okay, yeah, but I wanted to talk about a whole different issue. Yes, my reviews. A warning, because my old school fans, they all know this. But there are a lot of new ones, and it's just a matter of time until I think there might be some triggering happening. Or, I don't know, triggering, whatever. But I've seen several people comment this, and then I explain it, I answer to them, and then they usually get it, and they're like, okay, I get it now. When I say that my reviews are subjective, I want to talk about the subjectivity thing. This is a very key part of my reviews. Because, I have one review in particular that stands out where I went really against the mainstream opinion.
The Monster Hunter.
Not because, fuck the mainstream. There are plenty of mainstream games that I love. It's just because I didn't enjoy that game. And then people write in the comments, you just don't like the game because you didn't get it. And exactly.
You didn't get it.
Yeah. But, that's why you have to understand exactly that's why I didn't rate it so badly. Because that's why I didn't enjoy it. Because I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Me not getting it might be a result of me being an idiot. But that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So you have to for example, I give, maybe some people don't know, Spider-Man, I gave it a 7. Uncharted 4, I gave it a 7 also. These are good games, I think, but this is entirely based on my subjective enjoyment of the game. If I had somebody while I was playing Monster Hunter, if there would have been somebody next to me who was an expert and who gave me like a tutorial, hey, you gotta do it like this, I probably would have enjoyed it so much and loved it. I didn't have that. I felt like the game didn't give me the information in the way that I could understand it, and it was a plain torture for me. And I didn't get it, and I'm stupid, but that is the review. And also, I have some connections with other reviewers on YouTube, and I'm telling you guys, there are, not calling out anyone, yeah, but there are people who gave Monster Hunter a good rating, but they didn't personally enjoy it. And can you explain to me in what world that makes sense? Imagine this. You're not enjoying something, but then you say, objectively, it's fun?
So you're not part of the objective.
So what is it then?
What are you then?
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah.
What is your rating?
Yeah.
What is it describing?
Yeah.
Is it describing the fun, or is it not describing the fun you have? And if it's not describing the fun, then what is it describing?
Exactly.
The only objective thing you can criticize about a game are actually bugs. Everything else is subjective already. Yeah. So I'm all out. For example, there are things. Another very good example to explain this. If you would make a review on GTA, in my style, you would say, I'm not really enjoying it because it's open world. Yeah. That's what you would say.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
That would be an argument.
And then the people in the comments would say, that's not an objective argument.
Yeah.
And it's not. And that's exactly my reviews. Yeah. Okay? So just so all the new people get what my reviews are. These are completely subjective, and a lot of criticism is just based on what I like and what I don't like. Yeah. For example, automatic stealth is one of these things what many games have.
Like, for example, in
Uncharted.
Tomb Raider,
Uncharted. This is something that bothers me so much. I hate it. If I don't have the choice to click on stealth, dude, the game goes... yeah, it's a big deal for me. Other people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And if people out there are honest to themselves, there are so many things that bother you that doesn't bother other people. We all have a different taste in video games. How can you not let that influence your perception of a game, yeah? I saw this channel description of a tiny channel. I forgot what it was. And he said in his description, just because you don't like a game, it doesn't make it bad. And I think, no, that's exactly what it means.
Yeah.
If you don't like a game, it's exactly what that means for you.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah?
Because I don't think there's such a thing as a good game, a bad game. There's always a good game for you or a bad game for you. No game can be, at least I'm a little bit extreme in that regard, but I think no game, movie, music, or anything can be good or bad. It can always only be good for you or bad for you.
I think it is a complex debate, because there is something like Immanuel Kant said, there's something like a sensus communis.
Yes.
And there are games that are universally...
I heavily disagree with.
Yeah, but there are games that are universally acclaimed.
Yes, true.
Yeah. And for example, same with beauty. I think there are these scientists who came up with these they try to make a science out of beauty, which is very interesting. Where certain visual symmetry,
exactly.
And then they found out that
some features are
and that's I think people from Persia are scientifically considered the most beautiful. I think it was Persia. So I how to say this? There is a sort of there's an aggregate, right? There is you can find an average.
Yes, true.
But as always, the average doesn't mean anything to the individual. Yeah. So this is
great
just
that you say it, because I can make a little announcement, because this is going to touch a little on the science.
Oh, today
part.
we finally have a science segment again. Very nice.
Oh, good
Very
that you say it, because
I just want to say this for all the new fans. My views are subjective, and not just subjective. Like, it's my opinion, and if you don't disagree, fuck you. No,
what kind of yes?
Dude, ask my Patreons in Discord. None of them agree with me. They all hate my opinion. Yeah, but so fucking what? You know,
exactly.
We have a giggle. We all love different games. That's the beauty of it.
I mean, I think the structure of your reviews kind of also underlines that, because the rating is just a small little boom on the screen. Yeah. It's not like you have a huge database and a timestamp where you
the graphics are added to the sound, are added to the.
Fuck that. But, I mean, the rating is only. I mean,
the
seriously.
Entire fun segment is what I think, what bothers me, and what I enjoy. I like. If you just want to see the knowledge part, the what is this game? Look, just watch the gameplay part. Yeah. Okay. That explains it quite well, doesn't it?
Oh no.
Okay, so Johnny Otsegueda, or may probably mispronounce that. Hey Ranton, how well would you say you stay in shape after leaving the temple, and would you consider reviewing Yakuza 0? Yakuza.
Didn't you review it?
No. Oh, this is an interesting story. I actually got Yakuza 6.
Yes.
I think same with you. We both never got into the Yakuza series. You because you don't like open world.
Yes.
And me because never had a PlayStation. And then I decided, you know what, this looks so cool. I'm just gonna get Yakuza 6 and review it. I started the game. I understood this much. Nothing. I played it. And I was like, what?
Because it was in Japanese, or
yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
But there's subtitles, and I was, what is happening? I understand nothing. Zero. Yeah. And even the gameplay I thought wasn't that good. I've just played half an hour. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do this justice. I don't even understand anything here. And this is a 40-hour game. It's not going to be worth it. Yakuza 0, I think, is the first one. So there I might understand more.
Does it actually, is its name actually Yakuza 0?
Yakuza 0.
Okay.
I got Yakuza 6, but Yakuza 0, I think, is the beginning of the story.
Okay.
But I don't know. No, not that interested, kind of. I think the gameplay has been consistent throughout all the Yakuza games. Doesn't feel very interesting to me. How well do you stay in shape? Yeah, not well enough. I try to do sports 3 times a week, but the channel and the college is taking up most of my time now. That was a quick one.
Yep, good.
Sambhaid. Oh, Sambhaid. This is a crazy motherfucker.
Who is this?
Sambhaid. I think I'm butchering that. Whatever.
Senpai?
He's from a Scandinavian country, I think.
Okay.
From some Scandinavian country.
Germany.
And he's been a fan, I think, since before my channel had the first breakthrough. Like since the old days.
Yeah, so pre 500.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, dude.
So props to you, man. You really stick to me. You saw me grow as a human being. So hello there, brand new Patreon. Really appreciate it, Sambhaid. Mike, I hope that isn't Norwegian for like fuck my mom or something.
Well, then it's his name.
Correct. So my question is about gaming. How hardcore of a gamer would you consider yourself? I can say that I am a hardcore gamer, grinding games like 5 hours a day. 5 hours a day? Pathetic. Is that what you consider that a hardcore gamer over there in Scandinavia?
Because you only have 5 hours of electricity.
Ridiculous. With great skill, or at least some skill. Oh, he put some self-deprecating humor in there. God bless you. Maybe you want to answer that first. How do you consider yourself?
So yeah, I would say I play too much, which is good. The thing is, if you like, there are multiple metrics by which you can measure a hardcore gaming. You can either say I play all the games all the time. When a game comes out, I buy it, I play it, da-da-da. Or you could say, I play so much of this one game and I get ultra hardcore into it. And I'm more of a second kind of gamer. Yeah. There are games that I, sometimes I buy a game, play it, great. But in more cases than not, when I buy a game, I try to give it everything, to 100% it, to find every little secret, every nook and cranny, search everything, get all the bonus content.
I think overall the definition of a hardcore gamer is just hours played. I think
hours played.
I think
yes.
so. I think somebody who plays 10 hours a day is a hardcore gamer, or 5 hours a day.
It doesn't matter if it's always one game and he gets super.
No. I think hardcore gamer is somebody who just plays a lot.
Okay, yeah, then I would consider myself.
I think so.
I think so. Very almost hardcore
player. I actually think that that two different kinds are hardcore gamer who plays a lot and hardcore gamer who plays good, who's like skill shit.
But if you're good, you always
if you're good, you always play a lot. But if you play a lot, you don't necessarily play competitive.
That's true. Yeah,
competitive.
Okay, I see.
Competitive. For example, you are more somebody who plays competitively.
Yeah.
Multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
I don't do that at all. I'm a hardcore gamer in the sense that I play a shit ton of games, and a lot. But I think I'm also good, but I just don't play competitively. So. But I think But I think we're both hardcore gamers.
Yeah, which is why we're qualified to sit here.
Yeah, I think it also has something to do with how much you have a passion just for the medium, for the media.
How much you think about it.
Yeah.
When you're not playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking about the gaming.
How much other gaming media do you consume? This kind of stuff. I think there's no doubt that we are hardcore gamers. I think. Thanks, Sambhaid.
So turn up those 5 hours.
5 hours, pathetic.
No, but that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
If he has a job, then 5 hours per day, it's actually not bad.
We wanted to go through the biggest games this year, or not just through the games this year, and think about what kind of a year was 2018. And I just saw a tweet at me, an answer that said that 2018 was bad for gaming. And I think towards the end of the year, there's definitely some shit that happened.
There are points to be made for that.
3 companies fucked themselves up the ass hardcore.
Yeah.
Bethesda, to a degree that I don't even know is worth discussing at this point.
Let's make it a small segment. There's a small.
I mean, guys, Skill Up, by the way, Skill Up has subscribed to me. Skill Up is a fan. Shout out. Whatever. Skill Up made a great review on Fallout 76, and he covers the news around this issue. I don't know at this point. There's nothing else I can add really, but to say I don't know how you can defend this. Yeah, I've seen many videos. I've gone out of my way to look at videos of people who are enjoying it, who enjoy the game, and even these people are honest enough to say, yeah, this has massive problems. There's no one denying it. But I think the problems of this release, they go so far beyond the game itself.
That's what I want to say.
And but also, let's just stick to the game for now. Even if you remove all the bugs, even if this was a polished game, to my eye, in my head, it's still a shit game.
An empty game without
because
any
the
content.
Game itself is in Identity Crisis. Who said that? That puts it very well because.
I mean, it's not even if it was just Fallout 5 or no
Fallout 4.
No. What's the next part?
Fallout 5 is the next one.
Okay, even if it would have just been Fallout 5, it would still have been shit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But the game has no identity. It doesn't know what it wants to be. You're supposed to play with friends, but then
multiplayer is disabled.
Yeah, but the PvP is a disaster. Yeah. Disaster. And then you have to listen to audio logs. Is that supposed to be fun with friends? I don't know. And then the bag disaster. You see that about the bag. Yeah. Then the leaks.
The high quality nylon bag.
Yeah, and then we run out of material. Then the leak, the private information leak. And I'm sitting here. I think a lot of people have been goofing on this company, and I'm deeply hurt. I'm worried about future releases. I'm worried about my man Todd Howard.
You're worried about the mental stability of your man.
Yes, because Todd Howard, he called me actually, and he said that he had nothing to do with this. No, I still love him and I don't care. In my head, he had nothing to do with this project, and he was forced. And I don't care.
And that's not up to debate.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with 4chan leaks because literally everyone can write anything there. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's still fun, right? It's spicy.
Yeah.
And I saw some leaks there that scare me. There was somebody writing. This could be complete bullshit.
On the Elder Scrolls thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this could be complete bullshit, yeah? Warning. But he said, and if this is true, okay. Todd Howard wants the whole building aspect of Fallout 4. Building shit, settlements. For me, it was the worst, most unnecessary, boring, waste of time and resources shit that was ever done. He wants the Elder Scrolls 6 to entirely revolve around building. To be like, this is like the key feature of rebuilding the land. If this is true,
then it will be true.
Then I'm not even reviewing it. Okay, I am. But if this is true, then just don't.
Prepare for 1 out of 10 for the first time.
If this is true, Todd, we're done. I'm saying it. We're done. If this is true,
He will come to your chess club and he will swipe that chessboard.
Bitch slap you on the chest. Yeah, but then Blizzard fucked themselves.
Yeah, so we said 3 companies, right? Bethesda, Blizzard, and who?
I think EA, but they've always been hated.
EA, yeah, I think
with the Battlefield 5
but that turned out all okay in the end. I think
the game turned out well, but the company is
well, they've been EA forever. Yeah, but the Blizzard thing, let's make it really quick because I don't want to dig that company out of the dirt. With their announcement of Diablo shit.
Is it even coming out? Is it still happening?
As far as I know, yeah.
Really?
I mean, I heard someone that's also as credible as a 4chan leak.
Ranton podcast, the best source of information.
So not credible at all, say that they're going to shut down StarCraft and...
What do you mean shut down?
Online...
That's not happening.
And move the developers to Diablo.
That's possible, but shutting down the servers, no. 10-year-old games still don't have their servers shut down.
Shut down... What?
You mean they're not going to keep working on it?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
that's possible. But I thought you were saying they're shutting down the online servers for StarCraft.
At this point,
no.
Nothing. I would put nothing past.
There are still 15-year-old games that have their servers online.
They're gonna make StarCraft 2 remastered ass edition.
That's
possible. Like they did with Warcraft, and then
yes.
Actually, we have remastered the game by removing half of the units. Enjoy. Yeah.
They have removed half of the units?
No, but that's the way I imagine them remastering it. So yeah.
But imagine a Warcraft 4. I think that would be amazing.
No, not anymore. I mean,
if they do it like Diablo 3, then
yeah. I don't think that a company like Blizzard can put out any more good games.
Man, I wish I could see. I look behind the scenes in these companies. Who's in charge? Is it actually Blizzard? Is it Activision?
Because most of the old guard, I would say, that have done the classics, Warcraft 3, Diablo 2, StarCraft, Brood War, they have long since left the company.
They're working on Path of Exile. Some of them, no?
Yeah,
didn't you say these are old school?
Path of Exile were some people that were in the development process of Diablo 2, I think, or Diablo 1 even. Or maybe I'm just completely misinformed, but yeah. So I don't think this company has any more merit, and it at this point tries to only juice out whatever left of this legacy of Diablo 2. Milk the name, and I have no penny to spare for that.
After the valley comes the hill.
What?
Yeah. Right? That's nach dem Tal kommt der Berg, oder was? After it goes down and up.
Yeah. You think?
Of course. After the storm comes the sun.
I actually hope that they get utterly destroyed. Because they had the perfect year, Blizzard. First, they released Battle for Azeroth, which was an absolute turd of an expansion.
Okay, I don't know this.
It's so shit. I think Blizzard is even ashamed to put their name on it, but now they're stuck with it. Then Diablo turd mode, something that nobody asked for, but is of course a business move that's kind of clever, I think, because there's 2 billion people in China and Asia playing only mobile games, and you have to cash out on them. And
bullshit.
Yeah, and
well, let's move on to like game of the year.
Yeah.
My game of the year, you guys all know, best game of all time, Red Dead Redemption 2. But I do think that God of War is also best game of the year. Could be just as well, yeah. What's your game of the year? Let me read some of the releases of this year.
Yes.
And we both say what we think. So okay, we had God of War.
Okay, yeah. For me, I don't think that's my game of the year. Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, you didn't play.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I think it was good. You didn't play it.
No.
Monster Hunter World.
Next.
Sorry. Far Cry 5. Oh, dude. This actually,
this list is actually totally depressing because you didn't play.
If I made a list about most disappointing games, I would put Far Cry 5 very far on that list. I just reinstalled it today and played a little bit, and just put me in charge, and I will tell you how to do the game right. What is wrong with you? You make a setting, yeah, Montana. One of the most beautiful places on earth for me, yeah? I'm not American, but I don't know about you, Americans, yeah? But when I think Montana, I associate it with landscape and wildlife. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know what Americans associate with Montana, but that's what I think.
Meth labs and junkies. No.
Wildlife and shit. And they completely ruined the wildlife system. Hunting is useless. The weapons, they're like machine gun, and then the other machine gun is the same machine gun but with a different skin. The weapons in Far Cry 4 were amazing. So many different types. Far Cry 5, a joke. They have destroyed so many things, and I'm so disappointed in this game. It would have been an easy 9, maybe even 10 out of 10 game, and they fucked me up the arse so deep in this one. Really?
I got some info on that. Far Cry, at least I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the flagship games that's made with the Cry engine, right?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just going to presume it is.
Okay.
Because the company that made the Cry engine is a German company called Crytek.
Yeah, but they sold Far Cry franchise long time ago to Ubisoft.
So I don't know if they have nothing to do with the Far Cry.
They have nothing to do with it. I'm pretty sure this is a complete. Yeah, this is a Ubisoft franchise now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this has nothing to do with Crytek anymore.
Okay. Oh, except for the engine.
I don't even know if the engine is still Crytek.
Wow. And then it's
I don't know about this. Okay. But Crytek has nothing to do with this.
Okay. Because Crytek is actually financially in big poop.
Yeah, I know. I know about this.
Yeah.
But still, the Far Cry 4, some people didn't like that you had to hunt animals to upgrade your stuff. I love this. I love going out in the wild, hunting shit. That was one of my favorite things in Red Dead also. Yeah, and this is now useless. You only get money for every pelt, so whatever. And
Kill beasts get money. Yeah.
But the second problem is, why money? You don't need money. It's a disaster.
I have money.
I come here unarmed. Man, the amount of memes I get from the UFC thing is just, it doesn't end. I come here unarmed. Whatever. Celeste. Did you play Celeste?
Isn't that the one where you have to climb that mountain?
You didn't play it?
No.
I feel like this would be one of your like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, maybe.
10 out of 10s. I think it was good. Yeah. Watch my review. Black Ops 4, oh God.
Did you even play that?
Yeah, I actually bought it. One of my biggest regret this year, probably.
Okay.
I bought it with the hope of doing a review. Something with the timing in college just didn't work out, and I didn't get to review it. It was a complete waste of money. They increased the kill time in the multiplayer, which I think...
The what?
The kill time. The health.
Okay.
It has now a 1 times 5 multiplicator.
Okay.
Because people didn't like that they die so fast in Call of Duty, which I think is Call of Duty.
Whoever said that.
I am all the new fans, they don't know this. I am a former Call of Duty 4 MLG high risk, high reward pro gamer. It's true.
Yeah. He 360 no-scoped all the time. Yeah.
And Call of Duty, that's Call of Duty. M16, ba-bam, ba-bam. One shot, one kill, bruh. And now it's like, and then kill streak. Call of Duty has just become a complete...
Kill streak is still a thing, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
all garbage. And
you didn't even get to refund it then?
nope. And I had to download the Battle.net bullshit.
Oh my
Like
god.
really, this is $60 more, $70, literally burned.
Oh my god. It's like you already have a dildo in your ass and then someone shoves the dildo and another one.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, that's not a game.
Yeah,
for me.
I kind of forgot about that one already.
Yeah.
Even though it's so big and so huge, I just kind of
Doesn't
forgot
that
about
kind
it.
of speak for what Assassin's Creed is now?
Yeah.
Just a completely short-term, unrecognizable, unmemorable.
mess. Bit of a mess. The game, like they're good, but they're just, what is this franchise? But let's just hope for another Splinter Cell. I just want a new Splinter Cell game, and please, Ubisoft, go back to this slow Splinter Cell. I loved Conviction, and I even liked Blacklist, this fast stuff. But do you know about Chaos Theory?
Yes,
how it was?
Yes, I
It was
even
very-
watched you play for
It was very
missions,
slow.
Yes.
Slowly open doors, check out what's happening. Please go back to this. So then you have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh boy!
I wanted to review it, but the problem was when it came out, I couldn't hold myself back.
No time.
I couldn't hold myself back, and I raped this game to death already, and it's so good, so great, so fantastic.
Yeah.
Some things that I don't like, and I'm still thinking about doing a quickie video. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know yet, but maybe we'll play some after the podcast.
It really took me back to the old Super Smash Bros. Times.
We have talked about this just a few days ago. Super Smash, for me, I think for both of us, is the best fighting system in the world.
Yeah. Sorry to any Street Fighter, Soul Calibur,
Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
If you enjoy that, good, but get the fuck out of here.
No. I don't know what it is about this fighting system. It is just perfect.
It's perfect.
And if I have one dream, one gaming dream, it's so unrealistic, but just imagine if all the franchises just worked together on this one game and said, we have Mooney. Let's just put...
I mean, they don't have to do anything. They just tell them, yo, make a character with our...
Because honestly, what are you going to lose?
Yeah.
Do you really have to do the licensing shit? Just come on. Imagine all big franchises, all of them in a Super Smash game.
Hundreds of characters.
This is a dream that will never come true, but it is. If I was... Fuck. Imagine having Vegeta and Frieza and Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and the guy from Prototype.
Dante from Dante's Inferno. God of War.
Then Dante from Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Imagine all Wesker.
Darth Vader.
Vader.
He actually exists. Oh, not in Super Smash. Yeah.
But exactly all these franchises, all of them.
Yeah.
This would have been, after this, there doesn't have to be another fighting game.
Except for the few people who play Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
But they have created the perfect system, and the only thing that it needs is more franchises. God damn it. Let's move on to another Patreon.
Okay. Remember where we were in the list of things,
Ai asks, first time Patreon for anyone. Really enjoy your vids. Been binge watching them, especially.
Is his name AI?
Yeah.
That's a Chinese name, you idiot.
Ai.
Ah. Which actually means sex.
Sorry.
Anton almost choked on hearing that.
Okay. First time Patreon for anyone. Really enjoy your vids. Been binge watching them, especially your podcast. Keep it up, man. How is it that you and your brother look so different? You look Chinese as fuck, but he looks kind of Indian. No, you don't look Indian. You look like a Turk or like an Uzbek.
Yes, I look like a Chinese person who has only made half the way to Germany. And I got stuck somewhere there. And says, now even with the beard.
Look, he says, P.S. Fuck you for hating Monster Hunter World. Oh, man.
That's a good page.
No, but do I look...
you look mega Chinese.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But I have a big nose.
To Chinese people, you probably don't look Chinese.
50-50. My experience always been 50-50. But you look like an Uzbekistan
Yes, I
person.
look like someone who's not from China.
Yeah, and my cousin Arthur looks like an Albaner. It's just weird, weird. Everything weird.
I used to get around in China with tourist groups, and I was looking Asian enough so they wouldn't sell me the contraband. Not contraband. Counterfeit garbage. Counterfeit garbage.
Uh-huh.
So they tried to sell it, and then I was last in the line, and then before I got the chance to buy any of that shit, they said, "Oh, it's no use." But on the other hand, if I tell anyone that I'm from, in China, that I'm not from China, they say, "Yeah, of course not, because you're probably from," and then I tell them I'm Turk or, Iranian or whatever.
Okay, I hope that answers it. Robin asks, do you think
But we have the same parents.
Okay. Robin, do you think newer games have the capacity to reach the level of impact as some classics have made? Meaning,
I think that's a good question.
Meaning the likes of Halo, Skyrim, or whatever you consider to be impactful, Minecraft, PS preferred masturbation method. They always have to throw in that.
What? PS?
PS preferred masturbation method.
Oh, that's a question.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I like to do it like this. No, I don't know.
No, I like to do it like this.
Okay. So, but I don't get it. Do you think newer games have the capacity to reach the level of impact as some classics have made? I don't get it. Of course.
So
Red Dead Redemption has a huge impact.
No, I think what he means is, do you remember, for example, let's take an example that we have already touched upon, Warcraft or StarCraft Brood War. Yeah, that game came out and it shaped. No shit, it shaped South Korea, dude.
Yeah, but it's always like this in retrospect. When the game came out, you didn't say this is a classic. Something becomes a classic only in retrospect.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Right? I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be a classic, but it just came out.
But even in retrospect, I think what he's trying to say is that games nowadays, even in retrospect, like 3, 4, 5 years ago, the games that came out don't have that kind of impact on society. For example,
Skyrim is one of the biggest games of all time. That was 7 years. Fuck, 7 years.
Okay.
2011.
Yeah.
What? I still play this game. Okay. Yeah, but the impact is something that happens over time. By definition, impact something needs time to have an impact.
True. Yes.
And I think God of War, the game that came out this year, is going to be considered an all-time classic.
You think?
100%. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be seen as a milestone still in 10 to 20 years. I'm very sure.
Okay.
But it's still, I mean, societal impact is very hard to define. And Korea is a very unique country in terms of esports.
Because I think one thing that I can say to this question is there's an underlying feeling that I get that it is that way, that games nowadays don't impact. But I think it's mainly...
Fortnite.
Yes, because I think it's mainly because... at that time, when StarCraft came out, the gaming was not a huge thing. So when a game then came out and it took the gaming world by storm, it actually took everyone by storm because it was such a small community. But now when you make a game, you have very low chance of taking, everyone who's a gamer to like your game because it's so many more people. Yeah?
So then it's kind of a market segmentation thing. Like before, when a game came out, the gaming wasn't gaming yet. The gamers were a small group of people,
and
we played everything we got our hands on.
Yeah, and if they all liked it, the game is remembered as a huge milestone because everyone liked it. But everyone were just compared to now a much smaller part of people.
But I think also nostalgia really taints the mind in this case.
Yeah.
Really,
of course,
not taints. Nostalgia is a good thing.
Yeah.
But it
distorts the memory,
the perception, and. If you look at Fortnite, like I have never played Fortnite in my life.
Fool.
The thing is, you may call it annoying, but it's just annoying because it's like so omnipresent.
Yes.
Everything that's omnipresent becomes annoying.
Yeah.
I
think everything about Fortnite is good.
Yeah, you love Fortnite.
Especially that the kids are playing it instead of doing anything else, because I think it's the perfect thing to have your kids be doing.
Okay. But yeah, so I definitely think classics will. Fortnite is a milestone.
Absolutely.
Even that I have never
Absolutely.
played it and it doesn't look appealing to me, it's a milestone.
Absolutely.
Red Dead 2, God of War, these are milestones. I think GTA 5 was a milestone. The Last of Us is a classic.
The Last of Us, yeah, true.
So I think it absolutely still exists.
Okay.
Before, gaming was just smaller, right?
Yeah.
So you look at things like Halo. Wow, Halo, this is how the Halo franchise began. But Halo came out and it was Halo.
Yeah, true.
So,
I mean,
but it was
you have a point,
interesting issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do
Great question.
Dude, these Patreon questions are just the bomb. Omar Ayubi asks, found your YouTube channel last night while desperately avoiding my university work. You, my friend, are a joy to watch.
Wow.
Thank you. Couldn't not... What?
Became a Patreon after one day. That's
amazing.
how you do it.
Couldn't not support you. I already preaching your channel to like 15 of my friends. Deb, very nice. Hope to see more great content from you in the coming years. Please, if you have time, look into reviewing more early access games like SCUM. Very interesting. Hunt Showdown and Absolver. I reviewed Absolver. I did.
Yes, you did.
You seem to dislike reviewing multiplayer games, but I hope you change your mind. Okay. Interesting. SCUM. I bought that game.
Whoa, no need to.
No, I'm not calling you SCUM. The game SCUM is interesting. I bought that with the intention to do a quickie review. And you have to understand the following. I bought the game. I opened it, the menu screen. And you can go on Google Images, look at SCUM's menu screen. Look at the in-game menu, the status bars. How can you expect gamers, normal people, to get into this game? Andy, you don't know what this is. The status screen in SCUM.
Wait, what status? I thought
like,
you made the main menu.
You have like carbon consumption, like it's a survival game. And you have these bars everywhere, like vitamin intake, 1,000 things on the screen, billion things on the screen. You open it and you're like, yeah, I'm out. Like seriously, you cannot do this.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna torture myself.
Yeah.
Nothing's explained. Vitamin intake, carbohydrate intake, consumption, this heart rate, 3 bars for heart rate. It's like, yo, stop. I'm not. So then I
Okay.
put the game down, refunded it.
But I think that's actually quite promising. Because it serves a very specific
Yes. It is
audience.
exactly. It is for a certain group of people who are into that.
Yeah.
But
And they will be so into it.
Yeah,
Because
they will be so into
it.
it.
It takes it to the extreme.
Because I can imagine if you learn this shit,
Yeah.
whew, you're a pro.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, no way. Fuck it. You have to present your information in an appealing way for me. It's very important. UI is so important for me.
Like when people open up the Path of Exile skill tree for the first time.
But that's awesome. That's awesome.
Is
You
it?
see all these things like, what skill tree, man? That's something
That's
else.
because you like skill trees, but I know people that have, stopped after
Seriously?
pressing P and then okay, this is
What?
too much.
Skill trees can never be too... I don't know. But it has to look good. I reviewed Absolver. Hunt Showdown. It's now too late. I feel like it's too late. It's been out for too long. I think that's a game from Crytek guys.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Don't ask me. I don't follow.
I think it's a German studio.
I don't
who's-
follow the Turkish Alva brothers.
Hunt Showdown. And Absolver. Absolver is also a game where the people are split. I didn't enjoy this game one bit. I thought it was complete shit. But yeah. But interesting that you mentioned SCUM. But also in general, from now on, I'm not even going to try with these survival games. I'm not going to try.
Yeah, I don't think we're the target audience.
Survival games are so incredibly unappealing, boring, and pointless for me. I tried it 5 times. I tried Ark. I tried The Forest. I tried SCUM. I tried... There was one more. Rust? Rust? It's called Rust.
I have no idea.
And these survival games, I always play them for 2 hours, and then I'm dying from thirst, and then
you go down to the kitchen.
yeah, and then I don't get it, and I'm like, yeah, why? What human being dies after not drinking for 2 hours, and I'm not enjoying it, and I think, so what's the point? I'm supposed to build a house, and then also Conan Exiles.
Was that a survival game?
Yeah, I think it's a survival. It was a survival game, and then I'm walking around the desert and grind 5 hours to build a shirt. What's the point? So survival games just not for me. And also I think survival games grew in popularity while I was gone in China, and it was one of these hypes that completely passed me by.
I'm very careful now, but isn't like Minecraft
I
in
think
some
Minecraft-
way considered a survival game?
I think Minecraft is actually the original, the drop.
the one that got it all started.
Yeah,
I think.
I think so.
And then H1Z1.
Also Minecraft. Minecraft got big, and I didn't notice it. I wasn't here. There was no Minecraft in China, at least where I was.
Yeah.
So I came
also
back.
Also because you weren't a little kid.
Yeah, and also I came back, and then it was also always already kind of over a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Kraken. Thoughts on the announcement of Diablo Immortal? Okay, we covered that.
Yeah.
Especially interested in Andy's opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I said it before. The game doesn't have to. The game has to exist from a financial point of view for Blizzard.
Does it have to exist?
I mean,
does it?
You know, a company got to stay in business. So yeah.
But no. I think, for example, the damage that Bethesda has done to its reputation is reflected in the numbers too, undoubtedly. Doing something horrible is going to hit your bottom line.
Well, in the case of Bethesda, yes, but not in the case of Diablo, because 1.4 billion Chinese people, they don't give a fuck about the reputation.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah. And if let's say, if Blizzard announces they're going to move to China and stop anything that's related to them in the West, they will turn a profit of that.
Oh, but the funny thing is that's very, very imaginable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
China is a huge market. Not China, Asia. And that's a mobile market.
Yeah, that's a mobile and MMO market, which is perfect for Blizzard, apparently. So yeah, I think Diablo Immortal perfectly reflects that business perspective. I sincerely hope that it will be the straw that makes people realize that Blizzard is actually no longer a company that they can rely on to make anything but Scheißdreck.
Man. This is the conflict.
You guys have phones, right?
Yeah. Tough shit, man.
Ugh.
Stefan,
go play Path of Exile.
Your channel has grown nicely since I was last here. Awesome to see some of your videos break through that 1 million threshold. Thank you. My top video has 3.2 million views. ACG's top video doesn't even have 1 million. Who are you talking about? Oh, man. Oh, dude. Guys, for all those interested in the ACG beef, we are closing in on his location.
Oh, my God.
I mean, not in the doxing sense. Not this shit. It's all a joke anyways, just a heads up. It's funny. But still, let's guys, we're closing in. Why? Skill Up, this channel. We're bros now. Skill Up is friends with ACG. And then Skill Up gave me a shout out, like, check out the real Ranton's review of Darksiders 3. And then somebody commented, Ranton versus ACG. And then Skill Up made a meme like kiss. Yeah.
And now kiss. Yeah.
And then ACG just wait. Skill Up made a review of an indie game called Gris that he really loved. ACG posted Gris is like bad shit. And then Skill Up. This is like
it's like high school drama. So perfect.
Yeah, it's awesome. Then Skill Up made a reaction to this post and said, "You're breaking my heart." And then I added a GIF to that conversation, like the Imperator laughing, like like Skill Up, let the hate consume you. Join the dark side. And also ACG has somebody on his podcast always, some small channel guy. And this small guy live streamed, and then I went on his live stream and I said, "Why won't ACG say my name?" And then this guy said, "Oh, your beef with ACG, that's between you and him."
Oh, he knows.
Yeah, he knows. and that's how I found out that ACG, in fact, knows. Guys, he knows. He deliberately does not say my name. Guys, the day will come. The day will come when ACG will be forced to say the name. Guy, this is like the moment to stop. Yeah. This will be the best moment to stop.
Oh no, then please ACG don't never say the name.
Wouldn't that be an incentive for him though? Yeah. If he hates me, then like say my name and I'll stop. Yeah. But I won't stop. But I'm actually wondering, should I stop with the ACG references the day he says my name? Because it's become such a funny running gag. Yeah. It's such a funny thing that I don't want to stop, but also when he says my name.
I thought the shade you threw at him in the Darksiders review
Oh god.
There would be so many good jokes that would be lost.
Yeah, it's true.
You have to find a new one to terrorize.
But now if he says my name, I'm gonna keep doing it. Then he doesn't have a reason to say my name.
Exactly. Yeah. So no, I think in that case you would have to find a new one to terrorize.
Okay.
I mean, Angry Joe's your friend now, so
I'm not promising anything. But ACG, if you say my name, I'm seriously considering stopping. Okay, let's put it like
let's
this.
Keep it.
Let's just say that ACG's brain has had me in it. Let's put it like that. Yeah,
okay,
it's true.
Okay.
Real talk.
Kind of disgusting, but
A Danish person says, "Well, congrats on 160k plus. Thank you. I would like to know how you feel about the video you probably put the least amount of effort into is now your most viewed video. As I know you use a lot of time recording and a lot of editing, jokes, making your reviews. P.S. Vampire review intro, love it." Yes, that's actually one of the most beloved intros. The Vampire intro, it's a good one.
What did you do in that intro?
Was that? I was sneaking like a shrimp. That was really funny. That was a good one. No, I don't actually feel bad. I don't feel bad about it. It's like the video these videos aren't as low effort as you may think. I did this video in one day, but it was 8 hours of work. So I cut it down a lot. It was 1.5 hours of reacting.
Mm-hmm.
And
then okay.
And then I only cut it down to what it's not only. How do I say this? In the comment section, you see there are so many moves that you didn't react to. Like, no, you don't get it. It's not only about looking at the moves. It also lives off my reaction to it. What's not in the video, the moves that are not in the video, you can assume that my reaction wasn't interesting or insightful. So only the reactions are in the reaction video.
only the ooh,
yeah,
yeah, good, yeah. Oh no, that was bad.
And after 1.5 hours of going through the moveset, I was like playing like, yeah, I didn't really care.
Okay.
So I'm very happy, and it's an absolute positive thing. And it's still a lot of work, but obviously the reviews are much more work. But still, I'm very happy, very happy. Aidan says, "Hi Ranton, this is my first time being a Patreon. Very nice, Aidan. Aidan,
like the drink? No,
no, Aidan, yeah. I feel like you really deserve some Patreons, so I joined. Thanks. I don't actually play video games, nor am I interested in it. What? But I really like your personality and humor. My question is, if you could choose an element to bend, what would it be?"
Oh,
looking forward to a new podcast. Greeting from your Dutch neighbor. Yeah. You don't like video games? I hear this several times that people watch my reviews and they don't like video games.
Yeah, I think that is not something that is weird. I think it's absolutely understandable. Because the way you explained that your ratings are so subjective, the people don't come here to get the rating. Yeah? They get here to be entertained.
It's funny.
To enjoy you.
On one hand, that makes me so happy because I like mission complete, man. That's what I want.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm like, is it interesting for you? Because I do explain the game.
Yes. Yeah.
And sometimes it does get technical a little bit, like the combo, the X, and Y. But yeah, that's an amazing thing. It makes me really happy. So thank you, Aidan. But what element to bend?
Does he know that there's a Korra video that used to be on this channel?
Oh yeah. Fuck this fucking company.
In case you don't know, Anton already did a huge video on The Legend of Korra.
A big review.
Yeah.
I think 20 minutes.
An awesome series, by the way.
Yeah.
And in case you know that, then okay, I get the question. But in case you don't know, that's actually an even better question.
And this company blocked the video worldwide. Man, fuck this company.
Worldwide?
Yeah. They can just, if they claimed it and monetized it, I'd be like, fine.
Yeah.
That was before I started monetizing videos. Mm-hmm. So go ahead. But block it worldwide? What the hell?
Oh my god.
That's just rude. So
yeah. In fact, that's really just rude.
So I think I would have to say Fire, because Fire was inspired by Shaolin. So I would say Fire. But in terms of use,
of course, water.
Every element has an extension. Fire has the lightning extension.
Yes.
Yeah. Water has the blood.
the blood extension. Yeah.
Yeah, Ice and Blood.
Yeah.
Ice and Blood extension. Earth has the metal extension,
Yeah.
and Air has the flying extension that you can fly. Or
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that's what Zaire
yeah.
gets. Right?
So
Okay.
what would you?
Of course, water.
Because
Mainly because of the blood.
how? What the fuck is with the time?
We're
Is it-
trying to keep these podcasts 45
I
minutes.
literally
but
feel like we've been talking for 15 minutes and
Yeah.
it's 1 hour.
It's 1 hour.
This is ridiculous.
And we're not even through the page.
I wanted to keep it at 1 hour, to be honest. This is fucking stupid. This is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking stupid.
I don't
You
get
pay
it.
$5,000 for braces you don't need? Sorry, that was a little Magnolia quote. This is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking stupid. You pay $5,000 for braces you don't need? Okay, whatever. No one understands this, whatever.
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Magnolia, if you haven't watched.
Okay.
So water, mainly because of the blood, but because also, dude, water is everywhere.
But bloodbending
every
is so
surface.
ridiculously OP.
Yeah. So?
That's just unfair.
I mean, let's not get too sciencey with
You
things.
cannot bend the water out of a person.
What, isn't that what bloodbending is?
That's unfair.
You know the movie Looper, where the small little kid lets people explode?
Then I make carbon bending.
Carbon bending.
Yes.
That's even better.
Yeah, but that no, that's not lore. So let's
let's make proton bending.
No.
Okay.
No.
Let's keep it.
No.
Let's keep it in the lore. Still, I would say water bending.
Even if there was no blood bending with it?
Yes.
You just want the blood bending.
Yeah, well, no. Even if there was no blood bending, I would still take water.
But water bending can heal, and that's awesome. Waterbenders can heal, and that's an amazing
For
thing.
example, yeah. But I think the wide availability of water.
The thing is, I think firebending is actually, of all of them in our lives, would be the most useless.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the electricity thing, not so much useless.
For what?
I mean, in case there's power
And
problems.
then?
And then you can.
Then you shoot the lightning in the computer, or what?
You have a small little generator, and then you zap, and then you have
And you can EMP cities?
Oh no, the problem is, if there would be lightning benders, they would all be collected and put into huge power plant farms where they are slaves for the rest of their
I think
lives.
earthbending is also very useless. Right?
Yes and no.
Airbending is awesome because you can fly.
Yeah.
And you're just fast and
yeah.
and you can just get things like this essentially, right? You can get the air.
You can make them come.
This is such a fun discussion, this whole elements thing. It's so awesome. But waterbending is very attractive, I would say so. But also, if you think about it, waterbending can only be used and also in very limited situations. The waterbenders always need to have a bottle of water with them to bend.
Yeah, which makes no sense because there's water literally in the air.
No. That's not. That's not. That's not H2O.
Exactly, it is H2O. It is H2O, H2O molecules floating around in the air. It's called Luftfeuchtigkeit, humidity.
Is that H2O?
Yes.
Isn't that like H?
No,
two?
it's
Some shit.
H3H3. No,
I don't know.
No, it's H2O molecules floating around. They touch your skin, take off the charge that you build up while you.
That seems just unfair.
Yeah.
Okay.
The smart person wins.
So we got one person who respects the lore and one person who disrespects the lore.
I will blood bend that shit out of you.
And I think that's the last one. No way, Jose. Oh, there are more. Oh no.
Oh, there is more. Oh.
Lars, the epic Lars, who did the memes.
Yeah.
Lars, what's up, my man? Lots of love, mate. Keep doing your great work. As for question for podcast, not having played RDR2, how much of the hype do you think is actually true? And what amazed you the most about the game? Man, Lars, he already told me he played Red Dead Online and he hated it.
What is that?
Red Dead Online is the online multiplayer part of Red Dead Redemption.
It's part of the game.
It's the online part.
Okay, yeah.
No one gives a shit about online. Okay, no, I don't give a shit about online. It's not about the online. This game, with these 10 out of 10 types games, or maybe also your favorite games, they're never like you have nothing to complain.
Exactly.
In fact,
very true.
In fact, the games that I love the most, if you ask me for the things that bother me, these have the longest lists. Skyrim issues, bro, I'm not done by tomorrow. I can complain all day about Skyrim. It's still one of my all-time favorites. Fallout 3, The problems Fallout 3 has are unlistable. They're so big, yeah? Still one of my all-time favorites. The Witcher. There's shit that I don't like about The Witcher. Still amazing. And same with Red Dead. For example, to be honest, the biggest thing for me, with GTA 4, a new era began in terms of Rockstar game control schemes. GTA 4 started this whole slow moving characters, this whole hold A to run, tab A to sprint. They started this thing. At least I think so. It made it mainstream at least. And they started just to make the controls so träge, we say in German. Träge means like träge. What's träge? It's like how to describe träge with sound effect?
The fact that a massive body moves is harder to accelerate than a light body. That's and then träge.
Yeah, and then in GTA 5 they actually reduced that a bit. GTA 5 was a bit more direct again. You looking for translation or?
Yeah.
Okay. And then with Red Dead, I gotta admit that they dialed up the trägeness, this sort of slow movement, they dialed it up a bit too much.
Okay, there's actually not a good translation.
Okay, whatever.
Inertia.
But you have to imagine, Andi, when you move the analog stick in Red Dead, he doesn't turn. This is my best.
Listening to it already.
This is my favorite game of all time, so don't give me shit. Yeah. But I have to say, you make the analog stick to the right, and what does he do? He does like.
Okay.
And boy, oh boy, like they went. Is it träge enough? Let's make it more träge. Like holy shit, it doesn't need to be like this.
Is it also like when you're, let's say, you have managed to wait a year and your character is now running, and then you switch direction? Does he like then do this turning around and then?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because that triggers me so fucking.
I'm not sure. But over, this is.
I like the movement of Hitman where you instantly turn.
Yeah. So this I think went slightly too far. Still not a huge deal for me. I still love the game. Whatever. But also, all I want is have this game on PC because I don't know. I'm sorry. I said in my Q&A that I want consoles to all fucking die.
Yeah.
And
with Blizzard.
And the reason is, I cannot even describe to you how much 60 FPS, how important this is for me. With these new consoles, I don't give a fuck about 4K and HDR. Just give me the option to play 60 FPS. It's so stupid. I know it's retarded, but ever since I got into PC gaming, which was only about 5 years ago, you can never. It's like once you go black, you can never go back.
Yeah.
If you go to if you go to 60 FPS, you cannot go back to 30 FPS.
Yeah.
How is that for you?
And consoles are 30 FPS always.
It's weird. I think there are some games on PlayStation 4 that have 60 FPS. Black Ops 3, I think had 60 FPS.
Because I have no idea about all this technical mumbo jumbo stuff.
I also don't really.
But the point is that I don't play console games pretty much. Yeah. And on PC, with my potato PC, I'm glad of going above 25. So.
Yeah, I need the 60 FPS. 59 is unacceptable.
No, it's true. Every FPS feels so much better than the previous.
And the thing is, I have actually very low standards. If you think about the time, nowadays gamers have widescreen, 4K,
these 2 meter
HDR overclocking, and all I want is I have 1920 times 1080. That's my full HD screen, and I want 60 FPS. I don't need 144 hertz, which some people have. No, just give me standard, and that's all I need, and I'm happy forever. And if consoles can deliver that, so. Good night.
They can die.
Yeah. There's actually a much more complex reason why I think consoles suck nowadays, but this is a big discussion. Arne Kreutz asks, Hi Anton and Andi. You talked about how being a martial artist sometimes ruins fight scenes for you in movies. Now as a computer scientist, hello, Mr. Scientist. I wanted to ask Andi if that is the same for him concerning physics. Maybe he just finds it hilarious though, because I always laugh my ass off when there is stuff like hacking or coding.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Great
question.
Let's go.
The short answer is yes. It does vary from movie to movie. Sometimes it's just, oh my God, not this again. And it goes from, no, come on. stop. I have to stop the movie now. I cannot bear. I'm already feeling the puke rise into my mouth. This has to stop. It's a wide spectrum. I mean, I can imagine for you as a computer scientist, it must be sometimes you just want to rip your eyes out.
Come on, you have to give examples of movies.
So yeah, one example where I thought it was actually kind of hilarious is the new Superman. Wait, which Man of Steel, I think was it called?
Yeah.
Where the movie is garbage, by the way, and the whole movie is basically just Superman arriving in the last minute to save someone. And that's every scene. And to do that, he has to fly around the world very fast. And no one notices him except for when he arrives at his destination. But for someone to fly this fast, the whole world would notice him because he would be like on fire, like a meteor.
Really?
Turning I mean, there would be chemical reactions in the atmosphere that at these energies would and then he can also do this. He flies and then he changes direction, which is which I guess that's maybe just nitpicky, but it's an infinite acceleration, and he cannot do that without getting completely crushed. So yeah, okay.
I've never even considered that. But for that, saying that, you would have to know how fast he's flying. You don't know how fast he's flying.
I mean, there are two scenes happening at the same time. One at the South Pole, where the terraforming device is, and one at the New York, I think. So yeah,
it's half across the world.
Yeah, he has to fly from the South Pole to New York, and then I think there's one scene where the girl Lois needs to be saved. Then he saves her, and then he flies to the South Pole. And in the next scene, Lois needs to be saved again from the same attack, and then he arrives back and saves her again.
Did you not realize that there are several years between these scenes?
Yeah, maybe that's the answer. Huh?
Okay.
So yeah, that was one where I thought it was kind of adding to the hilariousness of the movie, and one where I couldn't bear it. I mean, maybe that's also a bad example. It was a Netflix movie, so it's already pretty... which is Spectral, I think. And even saying it makes me feel kind of shit. What the fuck? In Spectral, there are soldiers fighting some ghost creatures, and the ghost creatures, they're ghosts, so you can see them, but bullets don't harm them, and if they touch you, you freeze. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. And then of course the hero is a physicist who does nothing the entire movie, but what could they be? And then he gets it, and I was like, yeah, what is it? And I don't even want to say it because it's so stupid.
No, I'm hyped. What is it?
And he says, oh, I got it. They're condensates. They're Bose-Einstein condensates. Oh, God, I feel bad now.
I think you have to be a physicist to get this.
Because for probably 90% of the viewer base, they say, oh, okay, that sounds kind of science.
Yeah, it does for me.
Yeah, and maybe... No. You may have heard of Bose-Einstein condensates in Popular Science magazine. It's the coldest thing in the universe. Yeah, it's a substance that you have cooled to the closest you can to absolute zero, which, as you probably know, you can never reach.
Kelvin zero.
Huh?
What? Zero? What?
0 Kelvin.
Okay.
Thank God. The absolute coldest temperature.
Didn't embarrass myself. I said Kelvin.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
So yeah, a Bose-Einstein condensate is a bunch of atoms that are, at nano Kelvin scale. Yeah. So the coldest thing that's actually possible. But the thing is that to do that, you need a device that is as big as an entire room to have maybe 50 atoms cooled to that level. And in that movie, there's both Einstein condensates with faces and as ghosts screaming and coming towards the people.
But you cannot detach? You cannot detach anymore? And you say it's just fantasy, whatever?
If they take anything else, but come on, not this.
Oh shit! Man,
that took it too far.
Knowledge is bad.
Yeah,
this is the result
because it's so idiotic. Take anything else that is cold. Say they are carbon clouds or whatever. No, you had to do Bose-Einstein condensates. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, that was too much.
Sometimes knowing about something really changes your perception of things.
God, even think about it. I'm torn between being ashamed and being angry because it's too much.
It's really funny. In the Discord and the Patreon Discord, we just talked about fight scenes in movies again, and they made me rewatch some Matrix fight scenes.
Yes.
And Matrix fight scenes are very well choreographed, actually. And I think Matrix 1, it's the only one I saw. Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Amazing movie. And the fight scenes are very well choreographed, but now I rewatched them and it's horrible.
Really?
The choreography is still good, but you can see that they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh.
And what's his name? Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Who is I don't know to what extent he's a martial artist. Some people say that I don't know, but the sidekick that he does, hurts my eyes. And then Lawrence Fishburne, whose daughter does porn. Yeah. It's just.
But he's old. He doesn't fight in that movie.
Yeah, but
right?
no, he does. He has this dojo fight where
true. Yeah, stimmt.
And the choreography is so cool because it's like so fast, but it's so bad, and they can't move their bodies. Yeah, not talking about realistic fights. Obviously, Asian cinema, these fights are not supposed to be realistic. Yeah, that's not the thing. But in terms of, do they know how to move their bodies? And they don't. And it's
no realistic fights. If you want to see that, you go to 4chan.
Yeah. I come here unarmed. What a great question, man.
Yeah, so I hope you get to enjoy many more computer science movies.
Funny name. I'm going to butcher it completely. Yeah. Joppe van Stiphout. Did I don't know what that is.
Great job, Anton.
Okay. The fun makes me guess that it's Dutch. So Joppe, 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 Hoppe, Joppe, and then
Jopp. Vielleicht auch nur Jopp.
Jopp, Stiphout,
Hout?
S-T-I-P-H-O-U-T, Stiphout.
Hout? Yeah.
Joppe van Stiphout.
Yeah.
Okay. Just joined a few days ago out of pure love for your content. Love you. Just stay true to yourself. Don't let this growth pressure you too much. I'm really excited for RDR2 review. Bam, haha. Picked it up at midnight. Okay, that's not really a question, you son of a bitch. Don't waste my time. Just kidding. But he has another comment. What aspects of RDR2 do you find revolutionary or brilliant, and what kind of disappoints you? What disappoints, already kind of said. Also going to talk about that in the very end. Revolutionary is, I would really say, the detail. The detail and the world and how it immersed me. I think I actually touched on that very well in the review itself.
Yeah.
So
that was one point in the review where I thought, man, I'm so much of a different kind of player than you.
Yeah, imagine that. If you had to review it, it would end up at like a 3 or 4. Because I can't play this shit.
I can't play this garbage. This is torture for me. Yeah. The scene where you say like, look how he picks out this individual items from the store. That was like, that's the most useless garbage in the world.
Oh, Emre Chirpan again.
Hey!
Emre.
Now even Caesar knows you.
Yeah. When are you going to start making Let's Plays? Is it going to be with RDR2? Mention me again. Okay, Emre, we mentioned you. Let's Plays. The thing is, I have to create content that I consume. And I don't watch Let's Plays. Never have. I find it boring.
Yeah. He finds it cancer.
I have to. If I make a Let's Play, it has to be highly edited and very funny. Then I can do it.
Which makes it not a Let's Play anymore, I think.
Yeah, I've done some Let's Plays on my channels, which are good, by the way, but they're very old, and I don't know. I just don't watch Let's Plays, so not really planned. Adam Menon, did your Shaolin, yeah, good spelling there. Oh God, the amount of different spelling ways of Shaolin.
Am I pregnant?
Yeah. And I'm pregnant?
Pregnant?
Did your Shaolin training involve having the mindset of subduing or killing someone, or did you focus only on getting the movements perfect without the practical intention? Okay. I feel like discussing Shaolin is very complicated. I might add an entire podcast to this. I actually already imagined this in my head to discuss this one day on the Joe Rogan podcast because he's a martial artist. And I could literally talk about Shaolin for a very long time. Explain to you why I'm not going to answer your question. Okay. You cannot discuss Shaolin without discussing China. Because Shaolin is a microcosm of China. Shaolin faces a lot of challenges nowadays and has a very complicated culture and situation right now. A situation that is reflected by China as a country as well. And I just don't feel comfortable really saying these things. And also because it's kind of worthless to discuss Shaolin Temple with people who haven't been there.
Yeah.
Because they're not involved in the solution. And not in a rude way. I don't mean this in a condescending way, but like, what do they know? Like, there's so much about Shaolin that you would have to understand, because understanding Shaolin culture is also understanding Chinese culture. Yeah. These things are inseparable.
Yeah, that's the point. Because even if you like do everything to understand Shaolin, you also have to do everything to understand China as a whole to get it. So these questions, do you in Shaolin XYZ? Yeah. It's hard.
And under my Life at Shaolin Temple video, I get sometimes I get comments like, yeah, if these Shaolin monks met an MMA fighter, the MMA fighter would destroy them. This whole how applicable is Kung Fu really? It's just show bullshit. Short answer, it's absolutely not, but it's completely understandable why people think this way. Because the way that Shaolin Kung Fu presents itself in the public lends itself to certain misconceptions. And it's already impossible to continue this conversation without criticizing it. And by criticizing it, I would have to criticize China as a country, and it just gets very complicated.
Which is well beyond the scope of this podcast.
Yeah,
let's be honest. Yeah.
There's a business aspect to it. There's a history aspect. There's a revisionist aspect. There is... Shaolin Kung Fu is very huge, yeah? And I'm just telling you right now that it's like physics, actually. It's like physics. You may be an expert on an area of physics and not an expert on another area of physics. Two physicists can meet each other and be experts in whole different fields, right?
Yes.
And have barely any knowledge of the other field.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in Shaolin, it's actually the same thing. Fighting applications of Shaolin are a major aspect. And one, by the way, that I didn't learn that much. My training of Shaolin was very much focused on performance, modern, some traditional,
cleanness,
but I had very little applicational. That doesn't mean that what I did is not Shaolin, or that people who do the applicational stuff isn't Shaolin. Shaolin is huge. It offers so much. It is not a cliche when a Shaolin master tells you that you could study it for your whole life and still not know half. It is literally true. It is huge, Shaolin. So I wasn't very focused on the applicational part. I was focused on performs, modern forms, traditional forms, and some acrobatic stuff. And the acrobatic stuff is arguably not even Shaolin, but it's becoming Shaolin. It's a whole thing. One day I'll discuss this on Joe Rogan's podcast, maybe, who knows. But
who asked that question? Was it our Netherlands friend?
Adamemnon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great name, by the way. Maybe he will discuss it with you one day.
Yeah. Then Mabek says, "Hey, my Chinese ninja from another country." That's all he said.
Hi there, my Mabek from another Patreon.
Graphic guy, have you ever had to use any... What the fuck is today? Have you ever had to use any of the disciplines outside temple training to defend yourself and others? Also, how would you cure the problems facing the YouTube platform concerning fair use, claiming demonization? Does he mean demonetization?
Demonization?
Demonization? Okay. Have I been in serious self-defense situations, like life-threatening serious? No. Thank God. How do you cure... that is such a huge thing.
The YouTube question?
Yeah. I mean, YouTube Rewind. By the way, I've been on... does anyone know the channel Some Ordinary Gamers? It has 1 million subscribers. Mudahar. It's a very hardcore channel. Real recognized real. I've been on his podcast. And it's going to be released, I don't know when. And there I...
cut everything out where you were.
And there I discussed the YouTube Rewind.
Okay.
But... so check out Some Ordinary Gamers, that channel. I don't know, man.
But
how do you cure...
Is YouTube Rewind a symptom of the overall YouTube problem with what he's talking about, like demonization and, you know?
I think YouTube overall is still a fantastic platform.
Of course.
If you think about it, it's one of the few platforms left that are, like, great.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Instagram. It's cancer. Look at Facebook. I don't even understand. I go on Facebook and I understand nothing. The interface is cancer. It's the main reason why I don't use it. The main reason why I don't use it, because the interface is, I don't know what's where.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
You go on that site and you already have the impression that it's trying to scam you.
Yeah. It has a scammer vibe. Yeah. You're on the website and you're like, why is this here? What is happening?
Am I being manipulated? Yeah. The first thought that comes to my mind
is a complete cancer. That's why also don't bother following the Ranton page on Facebook. I don't post there anymore. It's just there, so I have a presence there. And Instagram, it's all the vertical videos. Man, YouTube is still one of the few real platforms. It's facing massive issues, but I just wish. Yeah, we talked about monetization already in a previous podcast. I think that everyone should be able to monetize. Yeah, because advertisers don't give a shit about the advertisers and consumers don't give a shit about the ad before the video. Yeah. The connection.
They don't give a shit about the video. Or if you want to buy the product, you don't give a shit about the video that comes after the product.
The video and the content of the video and the content of the ad are unrelated in the eyes of the advertiser and in the eyes of the consumer.
Exactly.
These are not connected. The connection is made the moment you point it out.
But even then.
No, but then it becomes a scandal. Because the big companies, they don't give a fuck. They would advertise on anywhere. But the moment CNN or the Wall Street Journal writes, Versace supports ISIS. Let's just say this. Yeah, whatever. Then Versace, obviously they have to pull their ads, and because they cannot. That's a marketing disaster.
But I think that is actually wrong, because it's.
Of course,
only
it's
wrong. because a journalist says something is a scandal. It's not actually a scandal. People don't actually care.
Yeah, it's true, but no, but. I think that some of these outlets, they have such a power over people's minds that then they would say, wow, did you see that Versace ad in front of ISIS? That's unbelievable, man. There are people like that. But sadly, I think in the real mind, this connection isn't made. But maybe it's just because we have some sort of antibodies towards ads. I have never made a connection between an ad and the video. It doesn't exist for me.
And for me, I don't make that connection, even if some journalist points it out.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like, yo, grow up.
You are right. I assume maybe there are enough people, so that matters.
Yeah, the moment you say it, there's a causal or some sort of relationship. It's like, what the fuck? No, there is none. You're making it up. That's why companies then suddenly, when something like this happens, they become very protective, and they should be, because they're scared. Oh my God, my reputation.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
And this is just stupid. But I think YouTube, what they should have done.
Stop pointing that shit out.
Stop creating issues where there are none, literally. Yeah. But I think YouTube would have been well advised in this case to really. They should have. This is from my outside stupid perspective. I don't know. This is it's a huge company, but I feel like it would have been ultimately better choice if they decided to really stood with their creators. If they said YouTube anyways is not making a huge profit, I think that's what I heard. If they decided to, you know what, if this causes us for the next 2 years to rote Zahlen schreiben, like to make a minus, to make a deficit, let's do this, but we're gonna stand with our creators and say, no, we are still the most relevant platform, and we stand behind our creators, and everyone has the right to be monetized because these people are creating videos. Certain videos go against the guidelines. ISIS can upload their videos. There's no wrecked content. Yeah. There's no porn content. Yeah. And that's fine. It's not about these videos shouldn't be monetized. They shouldn't be on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like everything that's allowed to be on YouTube should be allowed to be monetized.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of a fairy tale move by YouTube. Yeah. If they said, this is what we are.
It's my young mind that feels like these values play a role. They probably don't.
Yeah, of course.
And I think we talked about this in the podcast number 4, where I get really pissed when people point at they are mad that their favorite creators are getting demonetized, and then they point at other creators and say, why doesn't he get demonetized? That's the opposite reaction you should have. Because what is the solution? He should also get demonetized? No, you want the other guy to get remonetized. Yeah. You should say, look at him. He gets ads. That's good. Get him ads as well. Let's get to the science segment maybe now, because by the way, join me on Patreon. You get to get on the Discord. You get to ask a podcast question. Good day, Ranton. New sub and Patreon here. What's up? Jay Zamarna. Hopefully you have touched on the issue, but my question is about Fallout 76. We talked about this. Yeah, I think we talked about this. Shout out to you.
Beginning of the video.
Michael, can you give us a rundown of your current day? I thought you were working part-time. I was. And doing YouTube on the side. Recently, I heard in your videos you are married and studying. Yes, I am married since May. And I stopped working this summer and I started going to college. So now my wife is financing my ass. And if it wasn't for you, it would be very bad. So if you can spare it $1, it's highly appreciated. You can go get on the podcast. And also there's an epic behind the scenes making of video for every quickie and review coming out.
Oh, so boy.
These are actually...
Is that a Patreon stretch goal?
That's a Patreon... Not a stretch goal. These are... I'm already doing them.
Oh.
They've already been...
Yes.
There are already 3 making of videos out there. And I think these are great. So yes, consider supporting me there. It really means a lot.
Great.
And it keeps this show alive. Hey, new Patreon... Your thoughts about walking sims as form of relaxation? Huh, interesting.
Walking, amnesia,
walking simulators,
agony.
With walking simulators, I gotta say, I'm out. One of these things where I'm out.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy them. I don't get them.
I enjoy them, kind of. I think they're.
Amnesia is a walking simulator.
I mean I think that's kind of what he's getting.
Is Outlast a walking simulator?
Yes.
So what is the definition? You cannot fight.
Yeah, you cannot do anything.
But you can do something. You can crouch. You can hold the light.
That's actually just walking. Let's put it this way. You finish the entire game by walking.
Okay.
And occasionally opening.
Okay.
So yeah, I think maybe you were a little bit branded by agony.
Yeah. Did you try it?
No. I'm not gonna try that garbage.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So yeah. There are a walking simulator game has a very low bottom line. It can get extremely shit. But I think in some cases, like for example Outlast, Amnesia, it's good.
Is The Witness a walking simulator?
The Witness
is a puzzle game.
It's a puzzle, but yeah.
That was amazing.
Okay, no, I think The Witness is not a walking simulator because you're not actually, in walking simulator games, I always think of that you're walking along a story path.
Okay.
And that by walking, you progress something.
In The Witness, you are free on the island.
In The Witness, you're free on the island, and you can walk around as much as you like. You will not finish the game. You have to, do stuff.
Did you play it, by the way?
Yes. The Witness is, for
me,
one of the 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, yes. It's amazing. It's amazing. So fucking good.
Absolutely amazing.
Such a simple game.
But it's so deep at the same time.
I'm actually now thinking, would I give this a 10?
For me, it's definitely a 10.
It's amazing, man. It's like a game where I was just completely stunned. Like, this is it? But like in a good way, yeah? Like, that's the game? That's just amazing.
Why am I having so much fun with this simple...
Look, I'm doing fucking lines. Yeah, and it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah. Incredible.
Awesome.
So, science segment. We finally have a science segment. Let's go.
Okay. The thing I want to talk about today does not really have that much to do with physics. As much as it has to do with mathematics. One, in my opinion, common misconception is that you can predict the future with probability. I think probability is being misused everywhere, almost everywhere, if it comes up in a conversation. And I want to do my small part to maybe rectify this a bit.
Okay.
So I propose this. Knowing about the probability of a certain event, in fact, does not help you one bit about determining what will happen next. Let's take, for example, a coin toss. Yeah? A perfect coin toss has, half chance to come up heads and half chance to come up tails. Knowing this, can you actually tell me anything about my next coin toss?
Well, 50-50.
That statement is actually null because it can only come up either heads or tails. And knowing the probability, saying that your next coin toss will have a 50% probability, that doesn't actually hold any meaning because it will either come up heads or tails. It will not come up 50% heads and 50% tails.
Well, but that's the 50-50 example, though. When you have a 99% chance, you can But you do guide your life by probabilities, right? When you walk home today, you assume that you're not gonna get hit by a meteorite because the chance, you're not gonna get hit by lightning.
Yes.
So probabilities do guide your life. You don't expect this because it's so unlikely.
Well, I'm gonna get to that point. Yeah. So or rolling a dice or something. Yeah. The next event is in no way predictable by knowing the probabilities of this event. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or roulette. Even if red came 99 times in a row, it has nothing to do with now black is more probable or something. Yeah.
But that's because it came 99 times in a row, but that's a different example though. That's the likelihood of the next one remains 50-50 between red and black.
Yes.
Yeah, that's different. If that's different than the probability being 99%.
Yeah, no. Of course. I'm not saying that.
With the coin toss, each time it's 50%, 50-50.
True, yeah. But even if it didn't come 99 times in a row, it's still, you can't say anything about the next event only by knowing the probability. What you can, however, say is that in the next 10 billion events, red will come half of the time and black will come half of the time.
I think I understand where you're getting at.
And the thing is that probabilities in a mathematical sense only start making sense when you're talking about infinities or gigantic numbers. And that's the point you made with the meteorite.
Well, let's use lightning. Yeah, because that happens more.
Let's say every nanosecond there's a chance that randomly a lightning strikes you. Maybe that actually happens.
Whatever.
So, how many nanoseconds do you live? You live so many nanoseconds that actually the probabilities don't just become very small, they actually become zero. Or, for example, if the numbers, the mathematical term is converging, they're converging towards a certain number. For example, let's say the coin toss thing. If you throw the coin an infinite amount of times, it will not be this is almost 50% and this is almost. It will be exactly the one part of the coin. Heads will come up exactly the same amount of times as tails comes up, or exactly 50% of the time. So probabilities go from no predictive value for the next event to actually guaranteeing perfect prediction at infinity. And when in our daily lives statistics and probabilities get used, they're rarely talking about infinities.
But I don't know if I still agree with your premise. You said that probabilities don't help us predict the future. No, but they do though. Because if something is 99% likely, you are going to expect this to happen. I mean, you can philosophically argue for anything, but you know that you are going to... When you turn on your computer today, you expect this thing to work because it usually works. Could it happen that you get a blue screen today? Computers are weird. Can happen.
Yes.
But if I ask you before, if a kid asks you what's happening if you click on this button, you're going to say your computer turns on.
And maybe the kid is going to press and going to turn a blue screen, and for him, computers never work.
No, but the probability... You still live by the probability of it working. So you are you expect.
I mean, the probability in this case doesn't influence my decision. You know what I mean?
I think only in the 50-50 case your argument makes sense.
No, even when rolling a die, it's not a 50% chance.
But when things become extremely likely, your life, your everyday life, I think, is guided by you do live by probabilities.
You do have a point, because it's not like it only starts making sense once you're at infinity. No, of course, it's converging there. So it's a fluid transition between being not able to predict anything and predicting everything. And these probabilities, if you have a very high probability, then of course, in general, the number of events you have for it to be a prediction go down. You know, if I have a coin toss example, I have to do very high amounts of coin toss for it to balance out.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have some coin that has a 99 and 1% chance, I have to do a very low amount of coin tosses to actually see that. No, actually, was that right?
No, that's wrong.
No.
You have to go to infinity still.
Yeah.
To get the exact probability, you still have to go to infinity. When somebody tells you, if you...
no, it's actually the other way around.
But where you work, when you imagine you work somewhere and you have a card and you put that card somewhere, the door opens.
Yeah.
If somebody goes to you, hey, what happens if you put that card there? You're gonna say this door opens because the door.
Because it opened once for me. Yeah.
No, because every time for the past year when you were going to this job, it opened. But it could still happen that there's an arrow. Get the
yes.
Yeah, but
I mean
that proves my point though, because it proves that you still use this high probability to expect what is happening in the future. You expect when you put your card there that this thing will open because it happens most of the time, almost always, because the probability is so high that you do use this to predict the future.
No,
yes.
It's not predicting anything. It's expecting something.
Okay, because that's semantics. Predicting, expecting.
I
think what you're saying only makes sense with 50-50 probabilities.
No, because the example you made with the boy that what happens if I press on this button and then the computer doesn't work? But for him, computers never work. And then if someone asks the kid, "What is this?" This is a machine that doesn't work. So yeah. And only if you do a high amount of events, then you can actually come close to the truth.
That's true. That's the mathematical argument. But you're saying that in everyday life, you think that people misuse probabilities because they make it to because you say it's wrong that they use it to make predictions. But I'm saying that's still correct.
No. The example I wanted to give with how probability is misused in our daily lives, I haven't even given yet.
Okay.
I don't mean the way you do your normal stuff.
I thought that's what you were arguing for, that you're saying that it's wrong that we use probabilities to guide our daily lives, because I'm saying that absolutely makes sense.
But our daily lives are not guided by probability.
No, but they are. They are. If you it can happen that your car doesn't start. There's a probability only that it starts.
Yeah, but you're never thinking about your daily life in terms of probability. The example I wanted to give how it is misused is when someone claims to have a fact, and then they show you statistics. That's, I think, the point I
need an example to understand this.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to make this channel political.
Yeah, don't make it political.
Yeah, but can
you find another example that's not political?
You surely have seen statistics on climate.
Okay.
Yeah? And some people don't believe in climate change. And whenever someone presents statistics that should be understandable by the broad public, they're so extremely simplified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the point where they simplify the most is simply by saying, yeah, I've made these and these probabilities. This is how the world community should act.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If we continue to act, then there's a 60% chance that the world will be destroyed in 10 years. That's not actually saying anything.
And this I get.
Yeah.
I think
you know what
I think I get it.
You know what I mean? These statistics are usually used by the news and the media and stuff to make you to predict a next event. Yeah, there's that high percent chance for this to happen in 5 years.
Okay.
But it's just one event. There is no actual probability for this one event to happen. It will either happen or not.
I think you're arguing actually for something completely different.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I think what you're saying is actually that they're misusing probabilities in the sense that they're fundamentally misunderstanding them, in the sense that there are no probabilities for these events.
For singular events, to speak of a probability has no actual value. A singular event has no probability. A singular coin toss will either come up heads or tails.
I think I'm slowly kind of getting it on an abstract level.
It does not care about the abstract concept of probability. The probability is a thing that happens when you have many events. One single event has no probability. So if the next time you read something by Quality Media,
I'm still not sure. When you toss a coin, you don't say you have the 50-50 chance.
Well, it's because a coin has been tossed many times in the history of man, and
no, but it's not. It's because it has two sides, and the coin is symmetrical. It's
well,
either this or this, 50-50.
Yes, but
I don't think a child. I think even a child understands a coin can either come this way or this way, and they understand it can be either or. I don't think a child thinks like the chance is 50-50 because it's been thrown a million times.
From the examination of the coin, they see both sides look kind of the same.
Yeah,
but of course,
that's an extremely easy example, of course. But
I think it could also be wrong. I mean, one side of the coin could be heavier and it look exactly the same, and you don't know that. The coin doesn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's only a very superficial way of seeing probabilities. That's
interesting,
kind
man.
of my 2 cents on that.
Interesting.
I really hope. I mean, I don't hope it. I accept the world to be this way. I know statistics are very hard to understand if you get them raw. I mean, in physics, I have to deal with huge amounts of data, and luckily, I mean, physicists get huge amounts of data because only then will there
be good
results actually make
reliable
sense.
Result. Yeah,
exactly.
Good.
That's why scientists usually have to work that much and repeat the same experiments that many times, because a single result actually has no value.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good. Okay.
Now, in the end. So now I want to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 ending. For all of you that don't want to see this, I highly recommend watching it because it's what I don't like. Bye for those who are saying or leaving now. Bye-bye. I love you all. Yeah. But let's...
Happy
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yeah.
So, but I hope you guys stick around because now... Okay, but from now on, no more whining. Spoilers. I'm going to spoil the ending completely. Last warning. 1, 2, 3. Now. Arthur Morgan dies.
Who is Arthur Morgan?
Arthur Morgan is the main character.
From RDR2?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I found that Arthur Morgan does not get the send-off he deserves. Dude, that guy... If you really... Because the whole game, you are in this gang.
Yes.
And there's this camp mechanic, and it's like in the Fight Club. I say this in the review. You decide your own level of involvement. Between missions, you can always hang out with your gang members. You can create relationships with them. You can really learn to love these people. You can. You don't have to. But if you do that, you really care for him. You really do. And you love these people. And you care for Arthur Morgan. He makes an insane development. He starts out as an outlaw. And towards the end, the gang changes. And the main guy of the gang, Dutch, he really starts to... The conflict that he goes through is...
Dutch.
That Dutch and also Arthur goes through is insane. Also, Arthur, he gets tuberculosis in the end. He gets sick. Deathly sick. And back then, they couldn't heal it. And as he gets sick, and he realized that he will die, he starts to rethink his life. And it's done in such an incredible way.
Wow,
but then he
didn't
dies.
Even expect that.
He dies so pathetically in the dirt. He dies there and he tells Dutch in the end, I gave everything for you. And it's like, and he dies there, man. He does not deserve to die this way. And I can't even say that it's a negative thing of the game. It's brave in a way, but I was deeply hurt by this. You're in the action, you're fleeing from the law, and then they're on the mountain, and this other son of a bitch, and then you're like, he's coughing like on the ground. Yo, he cannot die here. This is not the end he deserves. Yeah. He's a legendary character for me, Arthur Morgan.
Even if he only came in this game.
Yeah.
If he had no role in the other. Okay.
For me, he's amazing. The moral conflict that he goes through. It breaks my heart to see him die in the dirt on this hill. It's like, no. but it also, in a way, it's now that I talk about it, it makes me feel. It makes the game feel more
That
amazing.
much,
even.
yeah.
It makes you feel like, wow, they did it. Yeah, but also like, come on.
Man, that is awesome. I get these The Last of Us ending vibes now.
No, The Last of Us was like abrupt.
No. It's because I so heavily disagree with the ending, but I think it's good.
Yeah, maybe there we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I so disagree with that because I don't even mind him dying. Okay, maybe kill him in a way, but maybe that's also what they're trying to show how it was back then, like unceremonial shit. The life was.
Yeah,
it was like that, I guess. Arthur, man, you went through all this, and you die there on this fucking shit hill, and these other bad people get away. And he's coughing his lungs out. God. I gave you everything, Dutch. Red in his face like a zombie almost. Like, the disrespect. It's not Rockstar Games disrespecting. It's the world, right? The Wild West disrespecting Arthur
it's
like
heroes.
this. Yeah. And I was shocked when I played this. I was shocked and I was like, no.
I didn't even know Rockstar Games was capable of this.
He does not deserve to die like this. And now actually talking about it makes me feel the game is even more amazing. Yeah. But also like, no.
11 out of 10.
Yeah. It really hurt me. It really hurt me in a different way. Like, this is not the ending he deserved. It's just not the ending he deserved. He deserved a hero's ending.
And there's no way you can prevent it, right?
There are several endings.
Okay.
There are good and bad endings. But actually 4. There's a decision you can make in the end, and then there's the good way and the bad way for each.
Okay.
But it kind of ends up more or less in the same way. Depending on how you play, you can have good karma and bad karma, and it depends on when he dies. He either sees a beautiful deer, as his last thing he sees. This is if you play as a hero, and if you play as a bad guy, he sees a wolf in the end before he dies. And it's made in such a beautiful way with the music. It gives me goosebumps, and it's like.
But he dies.
Whatever.
Anyway, yeah.
And it's
either
just,
way.
man. Like, rest in peace, Arthur Morgan, man. Rest in peace.
Man.
Fuck.
Amazing.
And the whole story, I'm telling you, it really has this sort of Sopranos vibe where it's like status quo. It doesn't follow a real story. They're constantly fleeing from the law, and then the gang from within disintegrates, and it's like, man, who's the fucking police spitzel? Yeah, who's the mole? Yeah, who's the mole? It's like, fuck. It really hurts you how this gang is falling apart. But yeah, I just want to talk about this.
I'm getting all interested in this game that I have no business getting.
It's the best game of all time for me. Best game of all time. Wow. Unprecedented shit.
Does it have cutscenes?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Would I get it if I just watched all the cutscenes back to back, or is so much of the story explained?
But you wouldn't feel the same way because there's so much hidden detail in this game, and you create your own relationship to the characters. I feel like if you only follow the story, I don't know how close you would get to Arthur.
Okay, I see.
I don't know, but yeah, I just want to get that off my chest. Okay.
Wow, man.
2 hours. That was an amazing podcast.
Yes.
How the time flies.
I think, if I'm honest, I think 1.5 hours plus is the perfect time for a podcast. In 45 minutes, you're barely getting into it. Yeah, you haven't even sat down, and then it's already over. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. There's actually a big problem right now I'm facing with the channel. I don't know what to review next. There are no big games coming out that I want to review until Resident Evil 2 remake, and that's January. Okay. So I'm probably going to.
I mean, it's Christmas, so yeah.
I might take a break or Fist of the North Star review, a game that I bought 2 months ago, still haven't played. Can't wait to start it. And
oh my wamu.
And yeah, that's it, guys. I wish you all the best. I wish you a Merry Christmas. And
Merry Christmas from Germany to anywhere where you might celebrate it. Are there any other cultural festivities at the moment? No,
I don't know. So
amazing. Spend a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yes. Please. The merch is epic.
Yeah. A perfect Christmas gift, by the way.
I'm constantly thinking about what to do to make Patreon more attractive, but there are great rewards. You get a behind-the-scenes video, the Discord
Anton
with all the
loves
memes.
You. We love you.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
You get content-related polls if there are any, and just you're helping me out. So yeah, see you on the next one.
Okay. Goodbye, guys.
Peace out. Man, oh man.